This isn't a gossip stream. I feel it.
All right, me and John are here drafting together. This is best of one rank.
Cool. So to me, this seems. I know you don't like red white, but I don't know what else I would take here if I didn't take Hound Map.
Yeah, it's the best card.
And I'm going to keep in mind that this guy's here. Probably get that guy back.
Seems like easy acolyte to follow it up.
Yep, I'm just taking a look at the pack.
Sure.
Pretty good start, though. How high are you on that Bassery solidarity card?
Extremely low.
I had a feeling you were.
Especially in best of one, when most of the time your creatures are trading.
Yep.
Especially in red white, when most of the time your creatures are small and trading. It's hard to not attack with them. Like if you have a bunch of Pegasus 1/3s or something, it can work.
Yeah.
And green white, if you have counter synergies, it's worth it. And your creatures are a little bit bigger; they can actually block a few turns. I mean, it's good if you're playing like the 1/3 for one.
Right.
I'd just rather not play that kind of thing.
Yeah, and green white, I can see it being quite a bit better. To me, it's just this chorister.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's also better in best of three when everyone doesn't play a creature every turn of the game for the first 4 turns.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is your.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. To me, really, I don't see taking anything other. I mean, I guess maybe Sure Strike, but I would take Dub unless you.
Would you really? Okay. I saw Dub, Sure Strike, Steed, and Rousing Reed as options. Basically, I'm drawn to Rousing Reed, but I don't think you are at all. I mean, you like Dub that much? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I tend to never end up taking Dub before stuff like Sure Strike, but I don't
know. We can talk about this.
No, Dub is fine. It keeps you in white at least. You don't have to be white red necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, we already know we're almost certainly gonna get at least one of the cards that goes.
Yeah, hopefully. That's fine. Go for the Dub. I don't love anything else. I'm just always looking for a reason to get out. I think you almost have to take Hunter's Edge. You could take Tyrannodon. A lot of people think it's better, but
I love Tyrannodon.
I think Tyrannodon's at its worst in green white, even though you can put counters on it. I think you have tons of 2-drops. A lot of times it doesn't curve into your best hands when you're like Chorister, Tyrannodon, Battalion, or whatever. But I like Hunter's Edge myself, but I love Tyrannodon like blue-green when you need the 2-drop.
Well, all right, we'll take Hunter's Edge.
I mean, feel free to take what you want.
No, I mean, I like talking.
Seems hard to take a red card there.
Yeah.
I would be taking another Hunter's Edge.
Yeah. I don't know. Tyrannodon is like my favorite common.
Well, at some point, it's going to be better to have had him than an edge, but I don't think it's until you have at least 3 edges. Assuming you get 2-drops, I mean, there's tons of them in green white.
Right.
I don't think he's at a premium there at all.
I just like that one because he can attack through, 2 and 3 drops.
Yeah, if you take the turn to enable him.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I get it. To me, I haven't had problems getting
Malkin is great.
Yeah.
So if I thought you're getting a bunch of Malkins, that's the best thing to do in my mind with Tyrannodon.
Yep. They're
not training. I don't want to play training on turn 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is
good.
The premium way to do it, but there are other what is that thing called? Short Sword?
Sure, that one's okay.
Short Sword's okay, right? Well, it's starting to look on. Well,
It looks extremely like green white. I don't know how it could look like anything else.
yeah, you're right because these cards have been coming to us, so we
And
know
they're
it's open.
great. I mean, it almost has to be green. I would take the growth
Yep,
fairly happily.
that's what I was thinking.
I'd just take another growth. I mean, you have 2 life linkers and a trampler.
Yep,
I'm happy to play a couple of them.
you got your wish. We're at a red white. Everybody's happy.
You didn't even get that cur back.
Yeah, that's true. There was 2 curs. There was a cur in back-to-back packs, and we didn't see either of them. Well, there's the other one.
Well,
Actually.
there's this. I was going to say we only got 1 pack back, but
Um,
I mean, if you really want to take the cur, you can. I would just take the guile. I would hope not to have to play it.
I'm just gonna take. I mean,
That's fine.
no, that's silly.
You can take it if you want.
I'm gonna take the guile. I can't imagine us. I can't imagine what would come to us and get back into white red. Like it just would be.
I mean, for one, you might get more creatures that you want to protect, and you might want to play a guile over a growth anyway.
Yeah.
Like if you get some mentor type cards.
Would you take this
Really?
guy?
No, I just take the Mauler.
I hate Mauler, but I
Really? Okay.
I can see your point. Why I don't know what
I
I'm
hate
doing.
I hate the 1/3. I don't know. I don't like Mauler. It's like the worst 4-drop I want to play,
Okay,
but I don't mind playing it.
that makes sense. I was watching that stream the other day where you I forget what color you ended up hopping in, but you passed like 3 Houndmasters showed up, and you're like, really? You were like going back and forth between red, white, and red,
I
green.
passed 3 accolades yesterday in a row. Picked
Oof.
3, 4, and 5 of the draft.
Oof.
I did trophy, but my deck was not very good. Could have been a lot better. This seems like an accolade.
Yep,
You do need to prioritize early drops, but
totally agree.
so
Hopefully, we'll
my
get.
Hunter's Edge. My Hunter's Edge pick is looking pretty stupid right now, but I still like the card. I think this is a Malkin, big time. I value Malkin way more than feet.
See, I absolutely love feet, but I will take them all. I agree with
If you
you.
want to take the feet, go ahead. But the Malkin, I mean, it trades with something and leaves a counter behind.
Okay,
I just love it.
maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm prioritizing the other guy too much.
Now this sucks, but I would take the Pegasus.
Okay, cool.
I love Swooper, but I think you have to take 2-drops. You have Malkins and Acolytes.
Yeah, we don't have any 2-drops yet.
I'd much rather it be a different 2-drop, but yeah, there's no card here I'd be happy playing. I think I would take the Sage myself. But
yeah,
feel free to take whatever you want. If you want Skyscanner, you can take it.
we'll take this guy.
Jesus.
Not
What
good.
have I done to you?
At this point, it doesn't even really matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to be in color-wise. Like, you didn't see white-red. I don't think you would have had a good deck that way.
I guess we'll just take the white card to.
Yeah, you have life linkers. Not too many. Ooh, I like the speaker. You might be able to trigger that thing too with all those Titanics.
I mean,
There's nothing, man. Take Patrician. I don't know. 3rd Titanic, sure.
yeah. Well,
I would take Steed instead of Track Down myself. Unhappy.
Yeah, I was like, well, if we don't get 2 drops, at least we have something to do on turn 2.
You
It's
can
not,
go ahead and take the track down if you want.
but you would take Steed, so I mean, I'm drafting with you because I want to hear.
Yeah, well, I would take it.
Yep, cool.
Sure. I don't know what we were supposed to do. Maybe we could have gone into blue, like been white blue, but then I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it would have been real hard to foresee that, like in my opinion.
Seemed like you kind of had to be white. Take the land, I guess.
Jeez.
Growth.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to play 2 guiles.
Yep.
You don't want to play 5 growths either, but it's something.
I mean, we have
Can
like
win games. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
If you're going to come out a little bit slower than them, that can kind of catch you back up at times. Like you have some life link.
we have like 15 playables.
You have enough playables, but you don't. You have giant holes in this deck.
Yeah.
This might be a good one to go back and watch, even for me, just to see where we could have done something different.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, because I mean, it just
It
felt
looks
like
like
our first things were going
mess. I
great.
mean, we could have taken Tyrannodon, obviously,
Right.
but like besides that one thing,
Yep.
which you wanted to do, to your credit.
But I mean, even that, like we would just have 2 drops and 1 less hunters. Like we wouldn't. It's not like things would be totally.
It wouldn't
different.
be great, but man, I don't know. I'm tempted just to take the Dreadmaw.
Yep. At this point, we're not going to come like this deck is not going to be.
It's not gonna. Yeah.
What I wanted.
It's not going to be some lean, mean synergy machine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a good one.
Yep.
Primal Might.
There's a couple cards I would play here, like 3 of them.
Yeah, this one you need.
We need this.
But it's really good. Visionary, nice.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a 2-drop. That's one of the better ones to see. I like Chorister this time, I guess. Maybe that's wrong. It's going to be hard to pump it. Like to spend the mana pumping it, because you actually have like 5 and 6 drops and stuff and edges, but it does. You need something to do with those Malkins. I don't know. It's close.
Wow.
Hunter's Edge is definitely a better card.
Yeah.
Just take another edge.
Yeah, just take the edge. Cool.
That's fine. Just really worried.
Me too.
Oh wow! Can you do anything with that Joe Rail?
I've got the Visionary, but that's about it.
One Visionary. Otherwise, it's a bluff.
And a track down.
Boy, it is not good. Costs 2 mana. I guess I would take it.
Yeah, I mean track down sets it off too, right?
Yeah, it does.
And I might have to play the 1 track down I have, and I might have to play another one.
Well, there's Revitalize. That'll set it off, and you have a speaker.
Yep. All right. It's taking a weird turn.
Great. All right. Okay, go ahead. The Truffle Snout's kind of cool with the speaker, but I guess you have to take the 2-drop. You have to take the 2-drop.
Okay.
It's Vigilance with the Pride Malkin and stuff too. All right. All right. Truffle Snout now. There you go. Just take this Scry land, the rare land. You're never going to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
1-drop, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't want another Mauler.
No, we'll play this guy.
You might play that thing.
Yeah. I could see this deck working, as long as we don't.
Well, I would play Track Down and I would not play Dub. I know that.
Yep.
Beyond that, there's still some more switches and cuts to make, but I don't see this as a dub deck,
I agree.
and it needs track down. And I don't mind that Sage really, but maybe it doesn't have to get played. It feels like you're going to be casting like edges or maul or acolytes turn 4 a lot. Like so, I wouldn't even mind playing the Sage over like a mauler maybe, but I just don't like the dub.
Yeah, totally agree. Dub.
I don't like the guile very much. I mean, maybe it's okay. And then the third Titanic is like I'm unsure. Shield mate is kind of meh.
Yeah, Shieldmate's definitely suspect.
The rest of the cards look fine. Well, maybe a mauler.
I mean, Shieldmate is something to do, and we do have 2 acolytes. Would you cut the
Yeah,
Shieldmate?
I don't know. I mean, the cards you could cut right now to start looking at stuff would be shield mate and mauler,
Okay.
and then add stuff back in. However you want to do it. However you process it better.
Okay. So this is the stuff we want for sure, right?
Yeah.
Now this could
Yeah, I
be.
mean,
Go ahead.
I think you want a mauler or a sage for sure. You just kind of have to decide which one you want.
I guess the Sage makes more sense.
I've been kind of happy with the sage. I mean, I think the mauler's okay too, but
I mean,
I
this deck
kind of like having a little bit bigger creature sometimes.
having a guy that can block like the reach. To me, the reach is why I'm picking the Sage over the Mauler.
Yeah, I like the sage. I also just think your 4 slot, you're going to often just not play the mauler till turn 5 anyway.
Yeah. So Sage seems fine.
Yeah, and then do you want to play 16 land or 17 land? And then, you're probably going to say 16, which with a track down and a visionary and best of one is probably okay. Certainly looks like a 17 land deck to me, but
Yeah, it does, and this
these
is kind of
things,
counterintuitive, like when you think about it. But in the super aggro decks, like you really want to go, 1, 2, 3, 4 with your lands and your creatures. But to me, when you're clearly not going to be the offensive deck on average, like this deck is just a slower version.
yeah.
It's not like the end of the world if you don't curve out perfectly, because a lot of times you're going to be
Yeah, I
blocking
think
and
you're often still going to want to hit 4.
yeah. So maybe we should play 17.
But it doesn't matter too much to me if you go right to 5 or 6. Those could come out later for sure.
So 17 is probably right. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like again, if you played 16, what are you going to play? If it's going to be the shield mate, like how often is a shield mate going to make the difference like between that land later in the game? Almost never.
Let me give you
So,
my argument for the shield mate and tell me what you think. Like I've just playing in playing a lot of these decks, just securing like 2 creatures to have acolyte come down and put counters on. Like even if it's a shield mate, like just knowing you're going to have a 1 drop, a 2 drop, and a 3 drop. So if they kill one of them, then you still have 2 creatures to make this, full value. That would be why I would want to play this, is just to make sure on out, more often than not, I had 2 targets.
yeah, a 2, it's often going to be a 2/4, which is a decent sized creature. I'm fine with that. And I think it's good anytime you draw it in your opening hand. The argument I was kind of getting at is like if you're worried about flooding with 17 lands,
Mm.
like the times you draw that shield mate later in the game, I
Right.
don't know that they're going to matter much. Now, the times you have it in your opening hand instead of a land, it might be way better. But maybe that's an argument to have it in the deck instead of the sage. Instead of a land. I don't know. I'm fine with you playing it. You can play it. You have a revitalize as well to hit land drops. You can just play 16 and see how it goes.
Yeah, 16 with the. Would you play the tap
Sure.
land?
Yeah, probably. You have a lot of stuff. I'd want 8 white and 7 green with the tap land.
Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I could definitely be. I don't even think it'd be a conversation if this was not best of one with the hand smoother. I think it would be
Well, I'd play 17, but you could still make your case for the shield mate. You might just want to
right,
cut the sage or
right.
something.
But the 17 land thing, I think, is what I was talking
Yeah.
about. Cool.
Or you could even do something where you like didn't play the Joe rail and cut like the revitalize and as well.
Like that
If it was
package, yeah.
Yeah, if it was best of 3. I think in this you kind of want it though. You got to cut a forest here.
Yep. I was just seeing with it was
Okay.
Forester. Cool. And then you mind if we do a best of 3 draft 2, and I'll just have those
Yeah,
to
you
play.
want me to like just start a new one or whatever?
What's up?
Or new recording?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. All right, that was best of 1. I butchered it.